Someone recognized my hat today. I found another City fan at work,
Oh yeah? Did you
and
guys bond over it?
yeah, we did, dude. It was a quick elevator moment, quick elevator moment. But
Yeah.
sometimes that's what you need. Just boost
Yeah.
you up during the day.
Did you guys
Um,
exchange digits?
he's at work. I'll find him. I'll find him in
You
the
know, like
work
I'll just know
channels.
when you're around.
Yeah,
Mm.
maybe we'll run into you again. It's serendipity.
You're like, oh my God, fancy seeing you here. I don't even work here.
I don't even.
I I
I just get
followed
in the
you in.
elevator.
I
I
saw your
sneak through
hat. I followed
security.
you in.
uh, well, on that note, welcome Garage Sale FC. Here we are. Today it's just gonna be your host, me, Jesse, and your other host, Robbie.
Yes.
Uh, yes, yes. Thank you for confirming.
Yes.
That's funny. Um,
Cue music.
Also, like you guys, if you like when I say that's funny instead of laughing, let me know or don't. I'm sorry. Just go
You
back
guys
to
like any
like.
of my mannerisms? Please be sure to comment on it.
Sorry, I'm trying to
I
remember
need
if it's like
feedback
New Girl.
for my elevator friend so I don't weird him
Where they're
out.
talking about like they're talking about I think Schmidt or somebody goes on I want to say it's New Girl. I could be talking about the wrong show entirely, but he talked about going on a date, and he's like, yeah, the thing he didn't like was like instead of laughing, maybe oh wait, is it Scrubs? Where he's like, instead of laughing, she just goes, "That's so funny." It's Scrubs. I'm thinking of Scrubs. Um, but I digress. I'm getting away from the reason we're here today. Kind of want to talk a little bit. I kind of want to talk. I'm gonna
Kind of want to
complain
talk
again
about New
today.
Girl or Scrubs.
I mean, I do. Look, if you want to talk about it, well, I'm here.
We
I'm here. We can talk about Scrubs, and New Girl. Um,
could talk about
but
Suits.
I'm less knowledgeable on Suits. Um, Still a good show though.
I don't
But
think I've actually seen an episode of Suits, but I'll talk about it.
yeah, I've seen episodes and parts of episodes.
I've
I'm not like
seen
a diehard.
I've seen clips more that Mary was a giant Suits fan, and you
Yeah,
would just see it
Rachel
in the
too.
background.
Fair dude. Um, but yeah. Anyhow, I'm here to complain today a little bit.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's. I really think I'm like heavily influenced by social media because
Oh,
now
really?
I did watch
What gives
most
you
all
that
of the.
impression?
I don't know, my Instagram feed probably. Um, I watch like so I got to watch most of the England game with Argentina, and watching the game live I didn't catch as much. I did think the start of that match was super chippy. Um, so you kind of knew it was gonna be a fight the whole time.
Yeah.
But aside from complaining about the fact that Tommy Tuchel wants to go uh, park the bus after they take the lead,
Bro, it's not even park the bus. I guess we should probably say, I guess for people that might not know, in the future of watching this video, England lost to Argentina
I
2-1.
2-1, dude. Yeah,
And
in
dude,
like
not only
eight
did they like
minutes.
what?
I was gonna say they scored in 8 minutes, 2 goals late.
Oh yeah, but dude, he didn't even it wasn't even just park the bus. It was let's have everyone in the box. Like it wasn't even like let's
Oh
just like
yeah,
have a low block. It was dude, okay. The
the
Enzo
shape
goal,
was
which by
like
the way was awesome, but the only person that run out at him was dude, but that was off of a corner, right? The other one was when they just were all. It was like, dude, it's like they were very scared or something. They could have had low block and not been in the box, but they decided to be like, you know what, us and Pickford, we're gonna have like 8 guys in a row, I guess, and you're just gonna let you, Messi, greatest player ever, possibly. Why don't you just get into the most dangerous positions ever and just send them our way. We'll just see what happens. There's no outlet. Like every time they're clearing it, who are you clearing it to? Back to Argentina. Harry Kane wasn't like out there to get it. There was no one outside of the box. Oh my god, that was infuriating to see. I don't know if that was directed. I mean, I think Park the Bus might have been directed at from Tuchel. I think that might have been a game plan. And by the way, if that was your game plan to go 1-0 up and then hold, like, I'm like,
yeah.
oh my god, like what a
Uh,
terror. Oh, dude,
for everyone watching,
sackable. I think he should resign. I think he should probably
they're
resign.
keeping him until 2028.
Yes,
They
I know.
they
He's
said
his other thing is on to home Euros, but I
yeah.
think even though he got to semis, and I think actually is probably I know his everyone's like your task was to win the World Cup or get to the final, right? Was to get over the line that Southgate couldn't get over the line, and then you did something maybe worse than Southgate, but Southgate was effective, like but I get it, it wasn't pretty. But you get to the first team that you may or may not like everyone else you're supposed to beat, right? On paper in the knockout rounds, they get to the first team that they might not be, you know, favorite. Even though I think there was probably, I don't know who was the favorite team. I would have to look that up. Who was the favorite in that game?
I think like rankings wise, if I remember correctly, I want to say France was one, Spain or Argentina was two,
No, I
and
mean
then
like the Vegas, like in that game, just specifically, who was
yeah,
the
yeah. Sorry,
underdog?
I'm just ranking though. I'm pretty sure like the FIFA
Oh, like
rankings.
FIFA World
Like
Rankings.
yeah, like I think it legit. It was France at one, Argentina at two, and then I believe it was Spain, England.
Yeah, I think you might be right. But
Um,
I think England was the underdog in this game, and this is the first time
technically,
in the tournament they've been the underdog, like officially. And they were playing really well after, and then they scored the goal. And then it was just like watching this. And by the way, full disclosure, was at work, so had to watch this sort of in the background. So, but it just kept creeping back. Dude, I remember thinking after they scored the Enzo goal, I was like, "Oh, England are gonna lose it." I was like,
yeah,
they're gonna score now or in extra time. There's no penalties. I didn't see a penalty. I'm like, they're just letting him send the crosses in. Send a cross in. Shoot from outside the box. Send the cross in. Dude, you know how many
yeah,
times Pickford had to make a save? I was like, my God, Pickford is just saving him right now. And then McAllister off the post. Like, I don't know if you saw that. I was able to watch that part. There was like a series of shots. But
I was in like a meeting for like the last 15 minutes,
yeah,
20
dude.
minutes of that match,
I
so
mean,
I missed all the
I
action
mean,
live. I caught it later, but
yeah. I felt bad for Pickford cheated to one side because he couldn't see the ball. So then that basically let Enzo kind of shoot it middle keeper right. And
yeah,
because Pickford he couldn't see because everybody was in the box. But to be fair,
you
that was
know,
off a corner, so I guess there would be more bodies in the box. But like he just couldn't see. He had a good game outside of. Actually, I don't really think. I don't think he had a bad game, to be honest. I just think the team had a bad game, and I don't know. And you could be like, Tuchel's substitutions. He went immediately defensive. He didn't try to, what do we say here? Foot on neck. Like you
yeah.
smell blood in the
Well,
water. Like,
to that end, dude, what was so frustrating watching that was, if I'm not mistaken, like they ran the first half for the most part, right?
yeah, it
So it's
was a
like
little
it's
chippy.
crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me, bonkers, if you will, that you're gonna go and you're gonna run the first half of a match, and then you're gonna just be like, you know what? We have a goal. Let's let them run it.
Yeah, I know it's insane. They never like. It was basically like, dude, it was basically like if you were a boxer and you're just like, all right, I knocked you down or something, right? And then you're like, have at it. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just like like
You want a
it's
couple
just it was
shots?
such a weird for the quality that was on the field for them. And I know that they made some defense substitutions and Jed Spence honestly, I don't know if I can't remember if he started because again, it was really background the game. But Jed Spence had some really great tackles
Yeah,
in the
I believe
game.
he did start.
I know Dan Burn came on. They brought on Dan Burn. Uh, they brought on Rashford after the
Yeah,
winning goal.
they brought
Um,
on they brought on Konsa, Byrne. They
yeah,
brought on Nico O'Reilly.
yeah.
Um,
Defensive,
they brought on
defensive.
Rashford for Spence, it looks like, and Tony for
They were
Stones.
just
But
like
that was
big
in the
body. It was
96th
basically
minute.
like they were like, okay, we've decided we're gonna park the box. But by the way, well, I don't know I don't know if he was doing this or not. But Tuchel could have been like on the sideline, been like, guys, a little get stop. Come on, guys, look at me. Get out of the box. Get out.
Yeah,
Push up. We'll park the box, but push up. But like it was basically like they were like, how many tall bodies can we get on the field? You just cross. We have tall bodies. You guys are short. And they're like, all right, we'll just continue to go. Thank you for letting us have all this time. Messi with 2 assists, by the way. By the way, that viral clip of him doing the De Niro face, where him and Jude are having a back and forth, and it was like you woke up the beast. Um, they were arguing over a foul, but
makes
it's
sense.
still, I still think
I
that
mean, that
played
game
into
was
it.
full of fouls that
Yeah, but they were
were
arguing over.
arguably
That's what they
miscalled.
were arguing over was a foul. Um, but it's still funny to be like, and then you're like the Jordan meme, like, and that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
And I
By the
took
way,
that
I don't think
personally.
he needed that. Everyone was like, "You don't wake the beast up," and I'm like, "No, man. I think Argentina, um, are playing like defending champions. They're not playing like we're trying to win the World Cup. They're playing like this is ours. Come take it."
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Um, it'll be
I mean,
interesting
they've
to
had a
see
lot
though
of
how
help
this
too,
they
but
have. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, that leads me. Okay, my first complaint was on parking the bus, which that's my least favorite way to play a game, dude. Like,
oh,
especially
dude,
when you have the quality that's out there. It's one thing if your thing is to sit in a low block and counter because the other side has just arguably better attacking players, right? I get that.
yeah.
That's not what happened here, though. This is a side where the two teams arguably had equivalent. If I honestly feel like at times England has like the better talent. I mean,
On paper, for
that's
sure.
arguable. Yeah, right? But there was no reason for them to go into like park the bus low block mode when you have the talent that you have out on the field. When it's like, why not just possess and play around? All you do when you park the bus and you just clear it
Yeah,
is you give
make
Argentina
them
time
chase
to
you.
rest. Yeah, let them chase you, tire them out. You didn't
Passing drill.
tire exactly. So I
Set
I
up for
hate
the
that. But
counter. They weren't even set that again. They were just booting the ball back to Argentina. It was
yeah,
like they were so scared, dude. That's the
um,
pressure. England have this thing, man. I mean, 60 years of hurt now. I mean, they could have the football's coming home song now because it's I guess it would be the 32nd anniversary of when they hosted. But I don't know.
yeah.
I think
I
they should
mean,
make a. I think they should make a change, dude. They're paying him a lot of money. It wasn't the worst tournament, but that game is like, ooh, ooh.
yeah.
By the way, and it was really. I mean, his substitutions have been okay, and there've been moments. It's like they've gotten out, but they're not playing like.
No,
It's not
because
doing it for
again,
me.
look at a handful of the guys who are starting on this side, right? Harry Kane, who was one of the best attacking players in the Bundesliga this season. Declan Rice, who's arguably the best midfielder in the Prem this season, defensive midfielder at least. Um,
Yeah,
you have Jude Bellingham, arguably one of the best players in the world on that side, right?
world
All
class,
these
dude.
guys control the play, right? They controlled the play. You got the 80 million player in Gordon, right? He did score a really nice goal, but like
Yep.
you have all these guys who can possess and like attack, and it was just it became very frustrating to watch in that second half.
Yeah, but
Um,
you know, when they went a goal down, England came out of the box. They started going forward again. No, I mean, they had to. They had no choice. But I mean, like, oh my
yeah,
God, where was this?
yeah,
Like,
and that's but, I mean, on top of that though, like
I mean,
I
they're
do
gonna think
think
about this for ever.
I know.
This is gonna be
Look,
this. I mean, first of all, it's against Argentina. That's already puts it big deal for them. And by the way, there is a political thing that
there's a
happened at
history
the end of the
there.
game,
Oh yeah,
um,
yeah.
which I
The
would be curious to see what FIFA does because
if
I
anything, they're
think
gonna wait
they
till after the
have
cup,
banned
dude.
players before. I don't know if they've banned players during a tournament that have done that though.
No, I feel
But they
like it'll
have
happen
banned
after.
players before, or not banned. Sorry, they suspend
Yeah.
players. But just for context, I'm pretty sure Mexico was doing their ban chant during this tournament. So it's not like they were like, "Hey, we're gonna take points away from you." They never. There was no statement ever made from that, and I'm like 90% sure FIFA has had official statements on Mexico not doing that chant, and that was at the I think the first time they told him not to do it was the Russia World Cup, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so if that is something, but this is different. This is like a political one, but it'll be interesting to see. And by the way, I think some of those players that were holding that flag do play in England, so that will also be interesting. I think, and in that game, there, dude, I like to think that it'll be brushed off, probably,
Yeah.
but it was also like a really stupid move, like intentionally antagonizing.
Yeah.
So
But
I don't know.
I mean, I will complain
That
a little bit
aside,
too,
though,
though.
but
I will complain a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, because I think at the end of the day, I blame more Tommy Tuchel, like strategy than refereeing in this game. But
no, the
there
refing
were
wasn't really
just
bad in this game. I don't
no,
think
no,
they were
there were
robbed.
just. I just think there was probably a few yellows that should have gone Argentina's way that may have changed how they played against England, right? Like they were playing particularly in the start of that game. There was a lot of aggression. But no, there was like arguably a handball in the box. I don't know if you caught this.
Mm-mm, I see that
Um,
one.
it was man, who off the top of my head, I can't remember who it was who did it. But it's like right on the corner, left side, right around the 18, maybe 16 yards from the end. And um, the ball's like about head height, right? So our Argentinian player goes to head it, and you see him make this movement with his arm, right? And he hits that ball, but he uses his arm because there's two players. There's the England player, and there's a Argentinian player, right? And so
Hmm.
he uses his arm to push that ball to his player so they can clear it out, right? That got missed, and that is kind of frustrating. But again, at the
Didn't
end of
see
the
that
day,
one.
I can't sit on this and be like,
No, but I
that's why
mean
they
this.
lost because
No, I really think this game there were no really ref controversies that I noticed. The other Argentinian games, there's a lot to talk about, but I mean, I really hate that because it's taken away from the story of like them also playing awesome. Like
yeah,
it's taken away from that, but I mean, you can't deny the weird reffing bias that's going on.
no.
But they've
I
been making
mean, look,
comeback after comeback after comeback. I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight in the final, obviously. I don't I guess I'm just, Rob Lowe. I just want to see I'm just here for the shield, man. I'm here for a good game. But like,
I really do
I don't
hope our
know.
final two matches are like top quality. I don't want to see any blowouts. I would like to see. I don't love seeing games go into extra time. I kind of like
That should not.
watching them get the winner at the death, right? So like to give Argentina credit, like they've been doing that a lot lately, and so their games have been really entertaining. You had
Yeah.
Lautaro Martinez who scored the game winner at the 92nd, right? So again, a lot of fun to watch, but we'll see. I hope we have some competitive finals.
I mean,
Spain looked
you
really good though. I feel
yeah,
like okay, so this whole tournament I thought France looked like
France was my pick.
arguably unbeatable because they were like my pick.
Yeah.
No, it looked like every game that they played, even when they were on the defense, they were on the attack, right? Like they just looked good the whole time. You watch them in that Spain matchup, and I don't know, maybe they were all having a really bad day, but Spain just had their number, dude.
Yeah, okay, but
Like
I
Spain's
mean,
defense been really good. Spain offensively, like ran around them.
yeah, I mean, there's some other like storylines, but you could also argue that I mean, he did kick him. It was an unfortunate pen, right? That started it,
Yeah,
right? I mean, France not being able to operate a side, that's Spain having a great game plan against them and playing super well. But the second goal, you could also argue. I don't remember when Saliba came out, but he did come out, and I'm like, was the back line just because remember it was that
oh,
quick one
Saliba
two
was
with
gone by this point.
yeah, it was that
Saliba was
quick
gone.
1-2 with Pedro Porro,
Yeah,
and it was a great goal. But like, you got a winner on that, and then after that, that's when Spain.
yeah.
I mean, like it became just Spain,
Saliba came out in the 30th minute.
or not just Spain, but it
No,
was like
in the second half, France had a lot of momentum in Spain's half. The thing was, so like
can't do anything though.
no, watching the game though, it was like France would have the ball. It was like they had a ton of counter opportunities, but they never maintained good possession in Spain's third, right? In
Yeah,
Spain's final third. So other like you go to the other side though, and it felt like Spain when they did have possession did really well about maintaining possession in the final third and actually
yeah.
create
So
better opportunities.
yeah, so like I think some of the storyline in that game is the midfield.
Yeah.
Um, where I mean, okay, here's something you as a City fan and your elevator friend will appreciate. Uh, Rodri has got to be in a consideration now of like some kind
Yeah.
of like all-time Spanish great. Like think about it. He's been running that midfield and he was awesome in that game too. Like I mean, he ran it
Yeah.
and so let's just rattle this off real quick. Let's just have the hypothetical that he wins this World Cup, right? He
Yeah.
wasn't on like people putting him up here, but he's going to be Ballon d'Or. He's
Yep.
going to have won. I don't know. Was he all four or was he just?
He was four. He was part of
He
four.
was all four. Okay,
Yep.
so he's gonna have four in a row in the Prem. He's gonna have the treble, right? He's gonna have a
Yep.
Euros
Yep.
and then a World Cup.
Yep, and I believe he holds the record for, it may just be Prem, but longest unbeaten
Captain too for the
streak.
World Cup, right? He's the captain.
Yeah, but his unbeaten streak too, right?
Yeah, I know. Was
Like
50
single,
something in a row.
yeah, it's like
Check this out.
59 or something.
So when you're talking about the France's problems, remember, and everyone will be like Unai Simon, he had the clean sheet record. But remember, a clean sheet record is very, very beholden on how good your team is at defense. It's not just a keeper, because if you're like the best keepers in the world make the one save, right? They're there to make the one save when they get through, but they have a defense in front of them that should be like handling, and you should also be
Yeah,
helping that. But you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
they had, I don't remember how many minutes, but it was, or how many hours it was without conceding a goal before. I don't remember who last round someone scored on them that broke the record. Like I'm drawing a blank. Belgium. Um, but yeah, they're well disciplined. I know we'll have like Arsenal fans being like, why isn't Raya? But I mean, like the team is functioning, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and by the way, shout out Kukurea.
Oh,
What a tackle on
Kukurea did
Mbappe.
so
Kukurea.
good in that
When
match,
we get
dude.
to the team of season or
Yeah,
team of the tournament,
yeah.
um,
Kukurea's in there
I
for
feel
me.
like he's on mine, dude.
Yeah,
Like, but yeah, Rodri captaining them. I think Spain will have to think of like when they do their all-time 11. When you're thinking about it, like it's been a given, right? Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets,
yeah,
probably. Like it's probably been like a given, especially Xavi, Iniesta. But now you got to be like, who's who's leaving for Rodri? Like, my God.
yeah. I do love me some Rodri. I hope he signs. I know he like the rumors he hasn't signed his
By the way,
contract yet for City.
Szoboszlai signed.
Szoboszlai signed. Yeah,
Szoboszlai signed.
good,
Dominic is staying till
good. I saw a rumor.
2031.
I'm
Is he?
tangenting really hard right now, but there's rumor, which is funny because I think Phil Foden just signed a re-upped contract for City, but rumor is that Milan, um, City gave Milan the go ahead to like approach Foden or
Which
something like that.
Milan?
AC
AC or
Milan, sorry,
that would be interesting. But I don't
right?
know. Look, I want to see
Again,
if
rumor. I
Amarin,
don't
if
know
it
how
was a
true that
Man
is.
United thing, the
Yeah,
Amarin. Like, I want to know. I mean, Carrick is obviously, or tangent real quick, whatever. But like Carrick seemed to figure it out. But I'm like, is that just because he understands like the United environment and there's still actually a problem at the core, and it's sort of like because he understands sort of like the working culture, he was able to sort of like keep it moving, but those pave cracks might pop up. Maybe I don't know.
maybe.
Because
I
I'm
think
more,
that
I'm more,
United
this is more of an
team.
Amarin. I just want to know if it's Man United rots the things that go there because everything's just been bad since Alex
Yeah.
Ferguson, or was it Amarin that went there and was just bad?
So I think in Amarin's case, he went wanting like specific players, and United weren't in a position to get
Yeah, they
him the
well, remember
players.
they want to give him a preseason. They're like now or
Right.
never. They also did that
Yeah.
to him.
So like he didn't have the best start. That said, I think part of his problem was he was trying to put
He's obsessed with this
square
system.
pegs in round holes. Like they're great players, but it's like you can't expect somebody to like be a different style of player simply
Yeah,
because that's your system. So like I think part of his thing was his system's
he
messed
just
up.
couldn't adapt. Which
No.
is like, to be fair to Carrick, his whole thing is just like, well, I mean, he just was like, I got these players, they play here.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And to credit, like there are really good players on United, right?
Yeah, there's
Like
some very talented players on
there's
United.
some really good players on that team, as much as I hate to admit it. I still hope that they fail this season and they drop to the next, back to
Yeah,
the championship, which won't happen, but a hater can hate. But I think some of it's Carrick just coming in and just being like, maybe he took some of the pressure off some of the players to where it was like, hey guys, we're not expected to win. And so
well,
then
he
it
got rid
became a
of the
thing.
system though too. That was
Right. Got rid of the system,
you play here
brought them
now.
back to like he level headed. He fixed the locker room issue they were having.
Yeah,
The guys were having fun again out there, which I think a big part of like in being good is going out there and just like forgetting about the pressure and enjoying yourself.
I feel like similar to the Amarin situation is similar to what happened to the Slot situation. In the
Yeah.
similarity is once that snowball started going, It couldn't
Yeah.
be stopped, and
No.
it just kept going.
Yeah, and
So,
there
but
were
I am
some weird
curious
tensions between big
to
heads
see the
in
Milan.
the slot situation, but yeah, it would
Yeah,
be
well,
interesting.
here's to us.
I
Slot turned down
do not.
Fulham. They offered him Fulham apparently.
Yeah. Well, also, but yeah, I don't want to lose Foden. I kind of hope it's just a rumor, but it would be an interesting move if it is true and he does decide to go.
Yeah.
Um, but anyhow, um, I guess final. You know what's funny is like I wanted a France England final, and while we're not getting a France England final, we're getting a
Well,
France England third place.
no one cares.
Is that close enough?
I mean, the players don't want to be there. I mean,
No,
it's
I
like I get
know.
it. It's like I don't even know if fans really care, but it's sort of like I guess I think if you ask the players, they'd be like, "Can we just go home?" Like,
Probably. I feel like no one remembers who finished third at any World Cup, so it's like cool. I have
yeah,
to
it's
play
not
one more
really.
game.
It's not really.
No,
It's not.
a lot of them have preseasons to get to.
Yeah,
They're gonna get a little bit of time off before the season starts, but I bet they want rest.
yeah.
And they'd rather just start gearing up for their club. You know.
You know, for like an American storyline for the final though, it's sort of I don't know if it's the same, but maybe it's like the Brady Mahomes Super Bowl. So Yamal on one side, Messi on the other.
Yeah,
Brady won that. If
I
if
have some
that is
high
a
hopes for
crystal
that
ball
final.
for this sport.
What time is the final? Actually, it's on
Noon, I think,
Sunday.
our time.
Is it like a midday our time?
I think it's
Okay.
noon. By the way, 30-minute
Yeah,
halftime show. Ooh, sorry, not halftime, 30-minute halftime, which I'm like, no, I don't think anybody's happy about that.
they are doing. Is that because they are doing a show?
Yeah,
I hate that. Look, is what it is. I just think
I think
I
people
feel
would
like
have
it's
been
a
more
long
down.
time as a player to run around for 45 minutes, be
Yeah,
forced to sit for an extra 15 minutes between.
yeah.
Like you get a little bit of rest, which is you're like, all right, that's cool. But I also think
Gotta get on the
you're
bike.
it affects your body. Yeah, get on the bike. I guess that's what you'll have to do, but
Yeah, I don't
it
know.
does
I feel
affect your
like more
body in a
people
way.
would be down with this if there wasn't also the hydration breaks. Like it's just like this on top of the hydration breaks. So it's like a
Yeah.
lot of things that
There was
people aren't
there was
thrilled
like a
about.
few games where it made sense, but
Yeah.
I don't
But
even
it's
like
gonna
the
be
argument.
yeah.
Oh well, it's got to be fair. It's got to be
Wouldn't it be
fair.
crazy if there's gonna be like a 3-hour delay for a thunderstorm?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
I wonder if there's
could
actually
happen.
weather. The finals in New York, right?
Yep.
So
They've already delayed that spot before. No, the Philly was the France Norway one that got delayed. I think they've delayed one in the Jersey New York Stadium too. But
yeah, damn. The
such
France
is
England
life.
game's also in Miami, where you're like, I already don't want to fight for third place, and it's gonna be hot as heck
Yeah.
with the
I mean,
top tier humidity.
I guess if you want to get a World Cup cap, maybe they'll put some people into play that haven't played.
Yeah,
By the way, did Saka get on the field in the England game versus Argentina? I don't think he did.
no, I didn't see him out there at all.
I don't
They
think
really
Saka.
didn't do any subs until later in the half,
Yeah, I think Saka. Yeah, I think that was a
and it
big
was like
mistake.
all,
Too cool.
yeah. I don't know.
I think.
I
I
think
think.
I
I
gotta
mean, we're just
just
going.
continue to question
Yeah, going in
Tuchel's motives
circles
in that
about.
game.
I think. I know they're not going to fire him, but I think there'll be enough fan. I mean, I guess they stuck with Southgate, but at least it didn't happen that way.
Yeah,
I I think that this could be a snowball too, to bring it full circle to the Amarin slot thing. This could just be the snowball, dude. It's just there was already, and I think Tuchel might have been doing this to try to get the best out of Jude in me just being hopeful tinfoil, like him messing with him. Oh, he doesn't even need to start, blah blah blah, and then oh, you're actually starting because now you have like I'll show you kind of thing. But there was already some weird tension after the Norway win, or at least on the surface it seems that way. It might not be, but I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know who the next candidate for them would be, but I imagine the British public will probably want knowing the history of no country has ever and that's whole true again, no country has won that's had a foreign manager. Every country that's ever won has had a manager from that country as the manager at the time.
is Spain's manager Spanish? Who's
Yeah.
their manager right now? That's crazy.
Fuentes?
So it's gonna work out again regardless of who
Fuentes?
wins.
Yeah.
What a crazy statistic.
Yeah. I don't know if that has to just do with that. I don't know why that does. Maybe it's like got to do with it's just a passion for the country, maybe because it is
Yeah.
sort of like a national pride thing. But I don't know. And maybe you understand the identity of your style too.
Yeah. I'm also curious to know, like, I've never looked into it. What, like, at what point, like, throughout the history of the World Cup, did teams always, like, was it standard to do your manager, coach? Was it standard to do someone from your country? Because you're like, cool, the
I
players
don't
are
think it
from
was
here.
required. I think they
No.
just did it.
So I'm just curious to know if at what point there was a major break to where if there was any kind of deviation or if it's always been like
I don't know when the
pretty.
first deviation was, but I'm sure other countries, even when the other countries were winning, probably had managers from other countries. I'm just saying the ones that have won have. I mean, uh, I mean, when I was growing up, uh, I'm trying. I mean, we had Klinsmann. Uh, I mean, he's like sort of like a hybrid though. I know he's like full German, but he also has lived in America like for the last 30 years, 40
Yeah.
years essentially. Uh, his kid is American, Jonathan Klinsmann. Might have been at this World Cup if he didn't get hurt, as a backup keeper. But and then England had Sven-Goran Eriksson, or that was the Golden Generation manager. Um, yeah. So we'll see. I think if England were gonna pick a foreign manager, I think there's only two names that are on that list, dude. Maybe, actually, maybe four, because of them having played in the country.
Yeah.
But the names that I would say, one, and this would be interesting. He's never done it. You could argue that some of the reason why these countries aren't playing at their best is because they're all trying to copy him and they just can't do it. But Pep Guardiola, man, I really feel like if he decided he wanted to be England's coach, I think British fans, English fans would be okay because of they've all watched him in the Prem and he's basically changed their setup.
Yeah.
So, and he's worked with a lot of those players. So, I mean, I could see that as one of the options. The other one would be Klopp. Those are the two. Klopp obviously isn't doing it. Klopp is Germany's manager. And the other two foreign managers, I don't think they're high on the list. They're both former Chelsea managers. One just flamed out in the World Cup, so I don't think they're going to do it. And that would be Ancelotti. And then the other one would be Jose Mourinho for what he did at Chelsea. And he's obviously jumped around other ones. But you could argue that Jose Mourinho, he just signed with Real Madrid, is not the most progressive soccer. So if you're already fed up with what Gareth Southgate was doing and then what Tuchel did, you're probably not going to want Jose Mourinho.
A lot of the same.
Yeah, but um, I guess if they're going with a British manager, the one that they always throw out, and he's not available yet, but he might be coming available. You never know. Eddie Howe, that people throw his name out a lot. Um, I can't think of any other like British managers off the top because like if you really look at the English game, like and especially the league, it's mostly foreign managers, the
Yeah.
English managers. So it's like England's like thinking like, do we even have like a top? But sometimes like, do you need a top tier manager or do you need someone that gives the
Just
team the right
understands the
vibe?
system. Yeah.
Yeah, because some
I
of
don't
like
know.
the international soccer that I love is that people are playing, and you were seeing it when the top teams got together and with Tuchel did like they're trying to out tactic each other in a boring way, and they're not just
Yeah.
being like, we have our best 11, you have your best 11, we're
Yeah.
playing,
Let them
right?
be creative. Yeah, yeah. No, I almost feel like to that point, I had a thought while you're chatting. I think what's in line with what you're saying about maybe sometimes the best manager is like not necessarily the guy who's like got the best record, but he can come in, he creates a great locker room environment.
Yeah.
He's really good about putting the best
Man
11 out
managing,
there,
dude. Yeah.
right? Man managing. He's like just the best man manager, right? And so if you're a country like England who has on paper some of the greatest talent in the world,
Yeah.
maybe you just need a man manager who keeps the locker room good,
God, would
gets the
that be when he
players the
goes
time they
Carrick?
need.
When
That
he
would
did
be
a Man United is
that
what
would be
they need for the
so.
national team. They need Carrick.
You know what? Let's see how
What
they
if
do
that
this
is the
season.
answer? What if
Let's
it's
see how they do
Michael
this
Carrick?
season.
Hey,
That
dude,
would be
that
so
honestly not
funny.
against it, but that would
No,
be interesting.
yeah,
Someone just to come in and sort of just calm everybody down. Which, to be fair, is what Gareth Southgate did. He just
yeah,
came in and made every. They all talk about how happy they were playing under him. there's no problems in that locker room with Gareth
No.
Southgate. The problems were with the eye test for the fans. They were like, "What the? You
Yeah.
guys are some of the best players. How are you not? We watch you all the time. Why are you not doing what you do with your clubs here?" And they were like, "It's because we don't have a good manager." Blah 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 blah. Which is what we're doing here. Oh, it's just the manager. Blah blah blah. Does Poch understand the American grit? Blah 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 blah. We all do it, right?
I
I
like
think Poch should
Poch.
resign. By the way,
I do too. I know that we didn't get further than a lot of people anticipated where we'd get to,
we got to
but I
almost
don't think that
exactly where
that's
everyone
Poch's
thought we would get
fault.
to. Like
Yeah.
that's
But
been
what
our ceiling for like the last forever, basically since
y-
2002
yeah.
and before.
And I
Right there.
think some of the falter in that game against Belgium wasn't Poch. That was, and I think Balogun even came out and he's
Yeah,
like made the comment that
dude. They made it.
he
That
thinks
red
the
card changed
pressure.
everything.
Yeah, it really did.
Changed everything.
Um,
It changed the
I
whole
don't know.
vibes.
I
Um,
understand why you play Balogun. I would have played Balogun.
no, if he was
Looking
available,
back,
you're like,
yeah,
yeah. But
looking
that
back
wasn't
on
the
it
part.
though,
It was the getting Balogun available, which was not
yeah,
their fault.
no. So it's like looking back on it, like I am just curious to know how it would have
They
gone
were playing better.
if they had swapped out
I
Balogun at the start. Maybe
I
brought
also
him in
think if
later in the game.
they there was warning signs in the Turkey game too.
True, but to be fair about the Turkey game, that wasn't the starting 11, right? There was
No, but that's what
nine.
I mean. But um, just the turning off and like I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. I saw this. I think it was on Landon Donovan and Tim Howard's podcast. They were talking about this, and didn't even think about this until now. I mean, I knew we had to qualify. We're gonna have to qualify for the next World Cup, and maybe if there's 64 teams, it's going to be even easier to qualify. But what I didn't consider was it's actually going to be harder than this time to win the World Cup next time. In theory, at least your path, we could have a better team, but like in theory, because we were a host nation, we were a seeded pot one team, which made us have an easier group, right? If you're coming into pot two, suddenly you're one of those teams that's in the easier group, possibly for like the really hard teams. So you've changed your trajectory by not being a host anymore and not being a seeded team, possibly. So
Interesting.
it is possible that the ceiling, I mean, I don't even know, got lower.
I guess we'll wait and see.
We'll see, but
Either
I'm
way,
like, that is true. I mean,
where
we
is
do
the
have to
next World Cup at
qualify,
again?
and that'll be something Poch didn't have to do this time. So does he want to do it? I mean, he has obviously the right to think about it. They've offered him the contract.
Oh, that's right. Morocco, Portugal, Spain. God, that would be a fun one to go to.
Yeah, I should
All of them would be fun to go to. What am I talking about?
I'm kind of against this, uh, the locations of this next World Cup. Not because it's
Yeah,
in Morocco, Portugal, Spain, but it's because it's on three continents. Because you forgot that it's also in Uruguay and Paraguay
Argentina and
and
Argentina.
in Argentina.
One game each.
Yeah, and I get it. It's like cool for those fans that are just gonna stay there, but I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
like that for even those teams.
to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the tournament.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't feel right for the tournament in terms of like
No.
the
Who
players
knows though?
or the fans who
64.
might travel and do like
Yeah,
I
I will
don't
say
like it.
for the players though, it might not be the worst if you think if they do end up
The
stretching
Spain,
into
Portugal, Morocco,
64.
wait, they're all like right there. That's not that
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. I'm talking more like the South American games. It still may not be terrible for the players just because with 64 teams, they still may spread those initial games out far enough to where it doesn't they get an extra day or two of rest
Does that mean they're a
to
host nation? Do they automatically qualify then? I guess they would because that's the teams that are going to play for the opening game. They because it has to be, isn't it? Aren't they replaying the matchups from the opening game? So does that mean? Wait, how are they doing? Is it they replaying the teams from the finals, or they're just replaying the champions, like the
um
champions of the original 100 years ago,
so it's
Uruguay?
worded it's the way I'm reading it is it's worded the three host nations are Morocco, Spain, and Portugal.
Yes, I know, but I mean, like
So
because they're playing those other games, are they automatically
yeah,
qualified?
my assumption though is that they are not because they're not specified as hosts.
Mm,
They're just saying that there will be games played in those countries.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do this still, but it used to be defending champs automatically qualify too. That used to be also a thing. And they used to do
I
this
mean, I'm
thing
not
which they
opposed to
did not
that.
do, but I remember in '98, you do the defending champs play the opening game.
I'm trying to.
Or maybe that was just the '98 World Cup. I don't know if that's always been a thing, but that was the Scotland Brazil game.
You still have to do more research though to know if they'll
By the way,
automatically get
you want to
bids.
hear a fun fact about this final two? The two teams in the final beat every team they played against, except for one team in 90 minutes. Shout out Cape Verde.
We're gonna get here in a minute to team of the tournament, and
Do
I'm
you
just
think
gonna go right
Vizinha should be
now.
the keeper?
Yeah, he's my keeper, bro.
I mean, I want him to be the keeper, but I don't think he went far enough to be on a team of the tournament. Like,
I don't care, bro.
let's just
You
do it.
could put him as honorable mention. I guess you could put him as honorable mention, but
Oh,
I'm
he's
just
an
thinking in
absolute
terms.
honorable mention.
I'm just
Absolute
thinking in
honorable
terms
mention.
of
He
like
is like
pure,
player of the tournament honorable
yeah,
mention.
pure goals on target blocks made,
He
right?
was
Like I still feel like he's up there.
exceptional.
You know
By
what I
the way,
mean?
there's a huge rumor. I mean, there's more of a connection to two Brazilian teams, I believe, but there's a huge rumor that he's in talks with Inter Miami, which I think would be
Oh,
a
I did hear
really
that.
good signing actually for
Yeah.
them. I watching him play. If there's not like a drop off with like you're not in it, like same thing with Messi. Like we have to play all the games in a row. But to be fair, keeper is different at 40 than like an outfield player. I mean, it might hurt more when you're falling and you can't jump as fast. But who knows?
Yeah.
He played great in the World Cup, so who knows? It wasn't
Yeah.
like I mean I don't know if it was all his fault, but it wasn't like Manuel Neuer. Like you're like, oh man, they should have went with
Yeah.
Bauman possibly. That was, I mean, I get
Yeah.
why they did the switch, but at the same time, like, oh, maybe your first instinct was right. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
a
I felt
that's a
bad for
tangent.
Neuer.
I felt bad for him too. It was sort
Not
of
that
like
I
watching
again.
the Ronaldo thing as well, where you're like, in
Yeah.
some ways it's not your fault because they're not like telling you shouldn't start.
Yeah.
By the way, in Ronaldo's head, he's had the same tournament that's Messi's having. Remember, I leave with my cup full. I'm pretty sure in his head he had the same tournament Messi's had. I proved everyone wrong. And I'm like, I think he might have gotten farther if he were starting though.
I mean, he did get one achievement that he was missing, right? Which was the a goal scored
Goal
in
in
a
the
knockout
knockout round.
match.
To be
Yeah.
fair, that other goal that was offsides, that was a good goal too. The little chip on the
Yeah.
keeper when he broke the
Yeah.
line. So yeah, I
I
mean he
mean,
was fine. It's just that he should have been playing 15 to 20 minutes at the end of the half and
no,
just
no. He
scoring a
was
goal every game,
in
possibly.
my opinion, he was the second half sub on at the 60 minute.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I just don't
He's your
understand.
super
Yeah,
sub. He's your super sub,
yeah, he'd
right?
been, yeah,
He's
it'd have been
still a
sick.
really good player. As much as I enjoy like poo pooing on him for no reason other than
Yeah, I know, but
I'm
I
just a
feel bad
hater. But
for the other guy I hate on
yeah.
periodically, Bruno Fernandez, because like I mean, arguably he could have had a better tournament, but because everything wasn't running through him, which I remember in Man
Yeah.
United, he was the
Yeah.
assist record holder, if whatever. But the assists weren't running through him in this tournament. That might be a
Facts.
Roberto Martinez thing too. Well, anyway, team of the tournament.
Is that like
Who's
a
your keeper?
too many cooks situation for
Well,
Portugal's
Roberto
midfield?
Martinez, you could argue because, well, we're here. Roberto Martinez, you could also argue. By the way, by everyone's accounts, super nice guy, and maybe that's part of the reason why there's lots of issues. Because when he went to go coach the Belgium Golden Generation, remember those guys? Instead of making the team when basically the power shifted in that team, instead of building the team around Kevin De Bruyne and some other players, he was like Eden Hazard he's just our guy. He's our lucky medallion. He will do everything. He wanted him to be Messi and Ronaldo. So the same thing that basically you could say cost. You can't really say it costs, but not being like Kevin De Bruyne is the
Yeah.
guy and making everything go through Eden Hazard is sort of what he's doing in Portugal. Being like, he said, I don't remember, was it the Euros where he was like, we're just thankful like Ronaldo is blah 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 blah. It's just like, guy, man, like we're all thankful Ronaldo is still here. He's awesome. We all That's not the problem. The problem is
Yeah.
you're using him wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just Roberto Martinez. Uh Nice guy. Everyone says nice guy. But
Yeah.
maybe that nice
Fair.
guy thing is the appeasing part. And maybe as a manager you gotta be like less Neville Chamberlain, more Winston Churchill. Just like, don't negotiate with a tiger when you're in its mouth, or whatever
That's a
they
really
say
good
in
impression.
that's from Darkest Hour. Shout out
I, I
Gary
don't know.
Oldman.
I
There
don't
you
know if
go.
I've seen Darkest Hour.
Yeah, well,
Shame on me.
Oscar-winning performance.
Shifting to team of the tournament. All right. You
For
want what?
goalkeeper,
I guess
I
first off, though, we should establish what
you want to do a
what kind of
4-4-2
shape.
to have two strikers, or
I'm
do you want
kind
to
of thinking
do
4-4-2. I'm kind of thinking 4-4-2
or do you want to
because
do what everyone's been playing with in this tournament anyway, which is 4-2-3-1?
I don't think you can go wrong either way. But I kind of like the 4-4-2.
Just so we can get two strikers.
Yeah, because in my head, I feel like I have a case for like the two strikers,
There's
and it
definitely a
doesn't.
case for two strikers unless you want to move. By the way, all some of these people that have been making people's team the tournaments, they have been moving. They haven't been playing where they're putting them because they've all been playing at the
Yeah,
9.
yeah. Um, let's do the 4-4-2. I think
We can do two. We
that's
can do two
easiest.
formations and be like, if we're doing it this way, this is how it would play out.
True. Okay, that's fair. You could. Okay, we could
All
just do
right,
them simultaneously. I'm down for that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, let's
So,
just
but yeah,
do four. Let's do 4-4-2.
um,
'Cause I think some of the players will be the same anyway, because like the
yeah,
back line isn't changing.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of more where it's like I feel like if you've got someone in mind, you could be like, oh, for the 4-4-2, I go this guy. But if we're switching it to a 4-2-3-1, it's this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, crowd? I don't know.
What's up, chat?
What's up? What's up, chat? Can you? Oh, sorry, dude. I guess you don't do that in a recorded video.
Oh, they're not here.
Um,
No.
no. All right. So I guess goalkeeper.
Well,
I
there's
guess
some.
I should say honorable mention Viziniak because, to your point, maybe he didn't go far enough, but he was arguably the best.
I mean, he definitely had the more iconic moments in the early rounds.
Yeah. I
Also,
just loved
honorable
watching him
mention
play.
for not, I mean, he had some great moments too, but obviously
Yeah.
it wasn't
Okay,
enough.
I take
Was
that back
the
though.
Australian keeper breach, and then they
I
pulled
don't
him for
take it
that
back.
pen.
But Morocco's keeper,
That's what
is
I
it
was gonna
Bobo?
say.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my keeper of the
Yeah.
tournament,
Okay. I just realized I just thought of him and I'm like, okay.
dude. He's so good.
He was
People just
so
forget.
good.
People have forgotten. I mean, until he pops up in the Club World Cup and in the tournaments because he went to
Yeah.
Saudi Pro League. It's like Europe and mainstream forgot that
Yeah.
he's awesome. It's because he was also at Sevilla. I'm pretty sure that's where he was right before he bounced, and he sort of like became a superstar at the Guitar World Cup. But like, dude, then he just like reaffirmed it at the Club World Cup. My God, and then reaffirmed it again at this
Yeah,
World
dude.
Cup. Like,
He was so impressive.
a big club should try to make an
Watching
offer for him. I think. I
they
think
really
he's
should.
happy in the Saudi Pro, but like,
Yeah.
you need a keeper. Why aren't you knocking on his
Yeah.
door? Bono.
His
Is it Bone?
his
How do you?
ball reading was beautiful.
Oh, dude,
His
his pen
spacing was
saves.
great, right? Like he just seemed to make all the right moves. All the
Is it?
right moves.
Is it Bono? Is that how you say it?
I believe it's Bono cuz and like
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure that's how you
technically
say it too.
it's technically spelled Bounou,
I
but I
think it's.
think on the kit
Is
it's
it Bono
Bono.
or Bono?
I'm gonna
I think
go.
it's Bono.
I'm gonna probably butcher it and just say Bono.
I think it's Bono.
Yeah,
Anyway, he was my
but
choice, Bono. But I also
yeah,
like was saying you can't really. It's hard. The other two that people, I guess you could be like people might be like, well, if Emi Martinez wins it or Unai Simon, who had the record of clean
eh,
sheets, and again, I think that has more to do with the defense
nothing
in front of
against
him.
Emmy Martinez, but Emmy
He wouldn't be
Martinez
my
hasn't
pick.
impressed me this tournament. Right?
No,
In fact, I thought there was a
it's been
couple
more of a
goals he
team
should
thing.
have stopped.
Remember they had to have comebacks.
Yeah.
So
So like nothing against Emmy. I am an Emmy fan,
I like Emmy too,
but
but not
it's not him this
not
tournament.
keeper for the
No.
tournament. No,
No.
I think it's to me it's Bono.
Yeah.
Um, that's my guy. Or and again, the other guy, unfortunately, he just didn't make it far enough to be goalkeeper of the tournament. But yeah, Xenia.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fun to watch.
Who's your center
Um
backs? I think one for me is that's Lock Laporte for Spain.
yeah, that's fair. I think Spain actually has two slots for me at least. Um I'm trying to think. It's unfortunate that Saliba went down because I thought Saliba looked really good. Like
Yeah.
France's defense looked really good.
Out for 4 months, right?
Um,
4 or 5 months.
yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not sad for Arsenal. I do feel bad for him because I think
That
Saliba's a
could be
great
a
player.
lingering thing, sometimes those back things. He's only 23, so it might not be. But sometimes
The way it
back
was
problems could
worded
be
was worrisome, right? Where he's
my
like, my
back's
back is
gone.
gone. Yeah, that was worrisome. Um,
I mean, walked off.
um,
It wasn't, yeah, but
no, I think just the phrasing though.
I was
Um,
also thinking about the Argentinian defenders too. But then I'm also like, have they actually been really good though? Or is it more just like this collective team thing? Because I'm like, I don't really think they've been playing well, but like
yeah, I mean they come
center backs of
together
the
really well.
tournament,
They come
I
together
don't
really
know.
well. I will say they crash the ball really well. Um,
Because I was thinking it was like so I was thinking Saliba Upamecano were also played really well. Um, I don't I wouldn't really put the English center backs. Gahey played okay. I wouldn't say he had a
yeah,
bad
Stones
tournament,
had some
but
moments.
yeah, he didn't have a bad
Like
tournament. But I wouldn't be like in the team of the season
no,
or the tournament.
no, yeah. I think I am gonna put.
I mean, Saliba was kind of who I was leaning towards,
Yeah, I
but
kind of want to put Saliba, and I'll put Laporte in there. I think Laporte's
Laporte was
been
my
great.
lock. I think Laporte's been
Yeah,
awesome. Laporte or
and Kukurea has been my left back.
oh yeah, Cucurella, yeah, for sure. And then
He was so good.
yeah, and then the right you could argue is Hakimi.
Yes, I will give Hakimi my spot too because he arguably was at times, aside from Bono, he was Morocco's like most consistent best player, right?
Yeah,
I mean, captain too, so like that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm gonna lock Laporte, Saliba, Kukurea, Hakimi as my
yeah,
back line.
I think that's a good back line. Who are
Yeah.
your two sitting mids? Wait, are we doing 4-4-2 first?
If we go 4-4-2, um, it's got to be Rodri's in there.
Yeah, no, Rogers in there.
Um,
Bellingham.
see, I think Bellingham too. Like, yeah, it's Bellingham. Who am
Yeah,
I
I
kidding?
think it's Bellingham. He just had the moments, dude.
In multiple
Dude,
games, he was why England went
Mexico.
through.
I mean, my God, man
Norway,
possessed
right? Like,
Norway. Yeah,
aside from the fact that I still sit that Sorloth lost that game for them.
yeah, and cable
Um,
subscription from God.
yeah, Bellingham was the guy.
New user.
Um, Rice and Anderson played well for England, but like I don't think they had necessarily crazy standout moments this tournament.
No, I wasn't gonna put them on the team of the season or team of the tournament.
No,
Um, I guess it depends on if we're doing 4-4-2. I think the center is. I'm trying to think. Would I put anybody else from the quarters? I'm thinking for me, my line, unless somebody was like so incredibly stand out, I'm like thinking of teams that were just quarters on for the most part. Um, I mean, I don't know if no, I wouldn't put him in there. No, I think it is Bellingham and Rodri. I think
yeah,
that's easy. I think that's probably easy. And then what are you doing
yeah.
right left?
Okay, I guess this is kind of a dumb question. Do you think Dembele would fit that role, or would he be more of one of
Yes.
the two strikers? Because I kind
Well,
of want to put Dembele in there because Dembele's also been so good.
you go. I would
Put
put
him.
Dembele in there.
I kind of want to put him on the right, and then like,
You could put Yamal on the right as
you're right.
well.
I could put Jamal on the right. Dembele could play the left.
But has Yamal actually had the great? I mean, he's been good. Don't get me wrong. But
He has
has he
been
had
really good.
like is this his tournament? You know?
I mean, he's had really good last couple games. I will say that.
I mean, he was
But
hurt.
maybe
He was
not.
hurt starting.
Yeah. Um,
You have Messi, who's been playing. You could put Messi on the right, unless you want to put him up at the 9, where he's technically playing for them. But he does drift, so you could put Messi on the right, which is probably what I would. I think I'd put Messi on the right if we're not putting him up top.
I could see. Okay, I could see Messi on the right. Move Dembele over onto the left. Because my two strikers are Holland and Mbappe.
You know the other one that I want to put on? I mean, I don't know if he can be in the team of the tournament, but like on the left, Quinones for Mexico.
Yeah. Oh my God, he was so good for them this tournament.
It's just yeah, it's a special tournament for him.
He really had. Um, man, I s- I don't know. I think I still go with who I put in there.
Yeah, I mean, I want to put him in the team of the tournament, but I thought Nusa had a decent
Man,
tournament.
because this is so hard because I also feel like you could put Elise in there.
Yeah, I was thinking Elise, but this is why I'm not putting him on the left or the right or in the 4-4-2. He was actually, remember, in the first game, they had him on the right, and they were like, "You're not playing well," and then they put him in the middle, and then everything changed for him.
Yeah, no, I was gonna bring up like if we go the 4-2-3-1,
Oh, it's
right?
Elise at the
You still
10.
have you have Bellingham, Rodri, and then Elise, and
Yeah, that's the
then I
difference,
probably put
really.
Mbappe on the left, Holland at the top, and then Messi on the right.
Yeah, that's what I would do that too.
God, that would be such a crazy team.
Yeah,
God,
but if you're doing the 4-4-2 on the right, you're still Messi on the right, I guess.
yeah. The hard part about doing a 4-4-2 with Messi is like your right midfielder is he doesn't track back a lot, so you kind of lose a defensive piece for like
I like how
that
we're
particular lineup.
we're both like no Yamal basically. We're basically thinking like I don't really think he can be of the players we're saying is up in the front, right? Where it's basically
Yeah,
like how do you work in Messi, Mbappe, Holland, right? They all are
yeah,
scoring like crazy. They're in. So it's like how do you so if you're doing the 4-4-2, then it's Mbappe, Holland. That's your two. And then I guess you could put but then I was like, hasn't Due? No, sorry, it's been Barcola. He's had an okay tournament for him. I don't know if he could be team of the tournament though. And
yeah.
I'm like, then it's like Quinones for Mexico. You had Luis Diaz had a decent tournament for Colombia on the left.
Yeah. I mean, you could also go with like Netherlands had so many great players
I
this
can't.
tournament.
Yeah, but then they played
They went out so early.
anti-Netherlands
Like
ball.
Somerville had such a good tournament.
I,
Um, Gakpo had a moment.
I thought,
Like
yeah, Gakpo had a decent tournament.
Dumfries had some really good moments.
Yeah, I
Like,
thought De Jong had a good tournament up until that game, and then they were like, we're playing low block.
yeah.
We're not playing the Dutch way no more.
I mean, I think if Netherlands had been able to get past Morocco, I think Van Dijk could still be in that conversation for center back. But just because they went out in the round of 32, like it does suck because
I thought
they went out
Verbruggen
and
was
won
playing
an
pretty well for the
arguably,
keeper too.
yeah. Netherlands did, yeah, dude,
They were looking good in the group.
they were, they
And then
really were.
Ronald Koeman was like, you know what? No.
See ya.
So I believe he stepped down or was fired. So I feel like Tuchel's gonna have to do the same thing just to bring that back up. I know he won't, and I know they're not gonna
No,
fire him.
I think he's gonna be like, no, no, I'll do it. I'll do better at the Euros. Don't worry. Like that's his mentality.
Well, okay, let's just think about the Tuchel career real quick. He is the follow-up to Klopp, right? He was okay at Dortmund. Then he went to PSG, did get to Champions League final, lost it. And then I guess his success is Chelsea. I mean, he was getting the big jobs. Like people think he's got tactical know-how. But I guess his success comes off of Chelsea. I mean, he basically accidentally won the league at Bayern. I mean, not accidentally, they didn't play the games, but it was because Dortmund collapsed in the last game. They that was not in their hands. So, um, I don't know. Maybe it's just like take some time off, dude.
Yeah,
Reassess. I don't know.
just a little bit.
I mean, we don't know who they're bringing in. I don't know if they have an option. Maybe it's just like he's the best option right now. He is the guy. Go get Nagelsmann.
Huh? I don't know. I don't know what the fix is for England. I almost feel though like as we were like chatting about it, maybe you just need a really good locker room guy who knows when to make the right subs, right? Can
Yeah.
recognize when a player's tired or when he's struggling and can recognize who to slot in instead. But other than that, like let the players play.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's what the fans are asking for.
So
Having
if
said
anyone
that,
wants to
Thomas
like
Tuchel is
throw
my
my
manager
application
of the
towards
season.
England,
No, I'll make it Tommy Tuchel my manager of the tournament.
uh,
Having said all that, the best performance. Well, I guess the manager it's going to be. Uh, well, I guess it depends on who wins on Sunday.
yeah,
But yeah, I guess we're the only debate we have between us is who's on the left if we're doing 4-4-2. And I guess
Yeah.
you could put Dembele over there. I mean, he had a pretty good tournament. Um, well, he has a ball for Spain. He's had a decent tournament too. Danny Olmo had a good tournament.
Danny Olmo did have a good tournament. I mean, there's even. I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Um, why do I feel like? No. For a second, I was like, "Am I missing someone on Germany who would fit over there?" But I'm like, not really. Like, none of them had like standout tournaments. Amiri had some good moments.
No,
Lundov had some good
Lundov
moments.
had the moments coming off the bench.
Brown looked good at the back, but I
I
guess
mean,
no standouts
Morocco
really.
Saibari looked really good, and then he wasn't available because he was
Yeah,
hurt. Um,
you had Maza with Algeria who
yeah,
looked really
Mazza
good.
looked good for Algeria.
I mean, you could argue Luis Diaz, dude.
Yeah, I said Quinones. Did he play on the right actually?
Diaz? No,
No,
Diaz was playing
Quinones.
left. Oh, Quinones. Um,
I think he was on the left, right?
let me please hold while I
You want to talk about some other standout Mexican
yeah,
players
he was
though?
left. He was on the left.
Yeah,
Mora.
he was.
Mora was so good.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gilberto Mora.
Yeah.
He's next to Liverpool, by the way. Uh, that'll be interesting. I also thought uh, Rob Jimenez had a decent tournament for them.
Yeah, dude. I was pleasantly surprised with how Raul Jimenez played. Because I just don't recall him having like a
Who's
great
their
last couple.
defensive midfielder? Lira?
Lira.
Yeah, I thought he was decent for them too.
Yeah, they looks like they played a 4-3-3 at times. Lira in the middle, Romo, Mora.
I think Quinones was their standout though.
That's fair. I agree, dude. That dude showed up at the right moment multiple
Yeah.
times. Multiple
For
times.
me, that's my left. That's who I would pick.
Yeah.
I'm just if we're doing that formation, because I'm like now when you're thinking the front, it's hard to. Yeah, Dembele's just going to have to miss out, even though he had a great tournament.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think Kane had an okay tournament in some games. Like he scored. I mean, he also had some not great moments, but not like horrible moments.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
but he had that. When he
Trossard looked good for Belgium in this tournament.
by the way, he's at Besiktas now,
Yeah,
Turkey.
I did see that. Ake went to uh, Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce. I believe Arsenal is trying to make a move for Morgan Rogers. I believe that's the priority. I believe
Stop it.
Bruno Guimaraes is um,
Is he a
already. It's
lock?
not a lock, but I think it's moving
It's
along.
just a matter about agreeing to money,
Yeah,
essentially. If they come up to the right price, they can have him. That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Um.
yeah. I think that's probably a solid team in the tournament.
Yeah. Odegaard had a pretty good tournament.
Yeah, I think he had a decent. I don't know if I
I
put
think
him. I mean,
he kind of
at least
disappeared in
actually
that.
you're putting the least
He
obviously in the 10
disappeared
if
in
we're
that
doing.
England game, but
Yeah.
he looked really good. In like every game prior to that. Nusa had a pretty good tournament for them. I liked watching Norway play, dude. They were so fun. Berg had a good tournament.
Yeah, and then they got screwed by the. Did we talk about the last video of the England Norway game?
Um, I don't think so. I think we technically, I mean, we may have touched on it. I don't remember talking about it too much, but
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I already said it. A cable subscription from God. That just tells me that Croatia scored, man.
You know
That's
what's so
either
funny about
that sensor doesn't
about
work
this?
or FIFA's lying.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, like, we're going back to tinfoil hat road like realm, but the little section of the sensor clip data that they gave us, where it was like, here's where he kicked it, and here's where the England player touched it. It's like, why do they not give you any time markers in that stamp, right?
Yeah, I know.
Is it because it's
Can
not
manipulate
really,
that.
yeah, right? Is it not really linked up to the camera that they gave us? Because they
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
us like,
Release the seismograph with the
give me the whole
video.
thing, right? Give me multiple touches on the ball afterwards, right? Give me the
Yeah,
kick, give me the first touch afterwards, and then give me the next three touches because I need to see that the timing matches up for all of it.
it would be really interesting to see what
Because it's really
happens
easy. It'd be
in the
really easy
final.
for them to just slow down the sensor data so that the kick from the keeper happens and then they slow down so when it hits the wire they slow it down so that when it falls to Anderson finally, that's when they mark the wire touch hitting.
Yeah,
I did hear that other theory though about like maybe there's some AI involved and it was like not trained on
dude. You know what I
hitting the
can't stand
wire,
now?
so
I
it thought
saw
it was
some
noise.
people talking about the cable and then being like, "Why you? That's not even a big enough story to bring up." Some people are like, at like pretend. I'm like, I cannot believe you guys, you hand of God, you're the country where you've been brought up to be like Maradona's a cheat hand of God. Watch that ball hit the cable and all like, no, nothing to see here. Carry on. Keep calm, carry on.
The cable's not a hand, bro.
Yeah, it's a different form of God, bro.
You don't understand.
It's our technological overlord gods.
uh,
Yeah,
tech,
that
get
was
the tech
oof.
out. Get the tech out.
That
That's all I
one,
gotta
I
say.
dude, that I mean that one I
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.
the push one, I'll be like, okay, I guess. But the cable one is to me indisputable. The fact that they
Yeah,
scored on it too.
yeah. There should have been better review. What it is, by the way, it's crazy to
Video
me.
assistant review, right? They're like, we're
Yeah,
not going to use the video because we're going to use the sensor. And I'm like, but the video shows it clearly hitting something. Nope. Don't trust your eyes. Trust the sensor, boy. That's what it's there for.
yeah. Was it the Morocco game where Mbappe got fouled and they spent forever reviewing the clip? Or am I thinking
Uh,
of a prior game?
are you talking about the penalty?
Yeah,
Where
was
they were
that
like,
Paraguay? Is that Paraguay?
I mean, there's a
Um,
bunch, dude. Paraguay, remember, didn't work. Paraguay apparently weren't fouling.
but was it? No, no, it was that game. It was where Mbappe got the penalty against Morocco and Bono saved it. But they like remember they like reviewed the oh, is it a foul? Is it a PK? Like forever. What I'm getting at is it's funny to me how like with things where it's like almost impossible to tell, they spend 5-10 minutes of a game trying to review it, and then like something where you can actually see some kind of interference, and they're just like, we're gonna spend 2 seconds on this, and then we're moving the f on. Okay,
Yeah. It's not clear and obvious until we
no.
make it clear and obvious.
Am I a hater, dude? I might just be a hater.
Well,
I might just
maybe
be a
maybe
hater.
the only positive thing to come out of that negativity is the world will be like, get this. I mean, like just to be like, oh, who cares, FIFA? Get it out of the game.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's the rules. No, it's not.
yeah.
Get it out of the game.
Everyone's just finally just sick enough of it.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Well,
this is. It's got to be at the point of breaking. But whatever.
whatever. All right. Well, you got anything else?
Nah, not really. Well, I guess who do you think is going to win the final?
Uh, just based off the last performances, I'm gonna say Spain, but I've guessed every team against Argentina this entire tournament, and well, I should say this entire tournament. I basically mean post Egypt. Um, but
Dude, I didn't think Spain was,
I
or I didn't think Argentina were going to get anywhere close to this pre-tournament.
no, I thought they were gonna lose. Like I thought they'd make it to the round of 8. Um,
I didn't
but
think they were going to make
here we
that.
are, dude.
And to be fair, I was kind of right in the fact that they had to keep having these comebacks and help from the ref, and
Yeah,
parking the bus in the goalkeeper's, peripheral vision. Like, I just like. Anyway, they had to make all the comebacks, so I mean, I wouldn't put
yeah,
it by them to have another comeback, but I feel like Spain might do it. Spain are
yeah,
really good, man, and Rodri is
yeah,
just a metronome.
yeah. That whole
But
team,
dude,
that midfield is gonna run it.
he's so. it's not only it's like okay, we'll just I think this was Graham Souness talking about this, but like he was talking about Declan Rice, and he was basically saying well, Declan Rice isn't world class. Which, to be fair, I can understand the arguments why. I like Declan Rice's game, but I mean it's not a fancy game necessarily. But sometimes people think that it's required of him to do that. That's why he doesn't do it. But he's not Rodri, right? You know what I mean? And that was what sort of Graham Souness was trying to make this point was Declan Rice takes too long to make decisions because he's not seeing the pictures Rodri's seeing. Where you watch Rodri, it's like bang, 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 right? He
Yeah,
just already knows what he's gonna. He already knows.
he already has a choice made,
Yeah, he's like,
and it's usually the right choice.
yeah, and you can
He's
see
also
that why
just
how that Spanish midfield is running.
he also just the opposite way. Instead of making like outside of the passes, he's also just really good about reading where the other team is going to play the ball.
Yeah,
He's
he
great at
sees all the
intercepting.
pictures. That's why he's
Yeah,
not taking too many touches. Everything is quick,
yeah,
or like at least not quick. It's not the wrong pass if it's not
yeah.
quick. Not that
Uh,
Declan Rice is making like a like crazy amounts of mistakes, but
I just hope he stays, dude. I hope he
it's a different
stays in
game,
City.
and because of that, I think. And by the way, England had that game. It's just because they decided to be scared out of nowhere that they went down. Like they literally
Terrible
had the game.
choice.
They had the game, dude. Like
They really did. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I was a fly on the wall, so you could like
I
hear
thought
how
they
they
had the
were.
game all the way up until. Well, I was getting real nervous at that right before the Enzo scored. Anyway, I was kind of like, he had just set one just over the bar right before that. They were letting him
Yeah,
basically like find his range essentially.
yeah.
Like, dude. I
Sad,
didn't have a
dude.
dog. I mean, I was going more for England in that game just because lived there and all, but uh, didn't really have a dog in the fight in terms
No,
of
I've just been anti-Argentina since the Egypt
yeah,
game because I
just like
just felt
yeah,
so. I just felt that was such highway robbery. Again, I understand Egypt still gave up 3 goals in what 15 minutes or whatever the time frame was.
yeah.
I
They
don't think it
still
was
yeah they
15,
still
but
had to
so
also
like
panic.
that's still on them.
Yeah, they
But
just got so flustered.
there was just those 2 calls. They should have been allowed that third goal to keep it, or they should have gotten the Salah penalty,
That third
or
goal
at
should have
least
never
called that goal
existed
back.
because of that foot stamp on Salah, plus a
Yeah,
pen for
dude.
Salah. So you know what's crazy about that? Which is probably why they didn't do it. Because think about like what would happen possibly. So Argentina takes the ball from Salah, stands on his foot in the penalty, goes down the field, scores. They go no goal, pen Egypt. Like, oh my God.
That would have been. That was. I was honestly. That would have been a dream, dude.
I mean,
It
that
would.
was the right
It.
call based on the
It.
call they made in the
Yeah.
first. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It would
if
have
you're
been
making the call the
consistent,
first time, you have to make that
and it would have
call.
been fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That, or you just like posthumously give them their third goal back.
And you're like, you know what? That goal we took off that was
You know,
dope.
we were
We
wrong.
decided it was
We were
dope. We're
wrong.
going to
We
extra
realized
time.
after we're gonna ignore this foul. We're gonna go ahead and give you that one back. It's
New rule in soccer: if
we
you
were wrong.
ignore it on the second time go
Yeah.
around, it's like checkers. You get it's the king meat or chess. You get your queen back. But yeah.
Argentina also got like that lucky, was it the Switzerland game too, where I
Oh
don't know that
yeah.
I'm a fan
I
of
mean,
this
he
rule.
dove. He
The
did dove
mistaken.
or
No,
did
he did. He
dive.
did. He did, but it's the rule that they used, right? Is the mistaken identity one
Yes,
where
I know. The only reason they were able to
they
flip
have
it is
to,
because the card.
if he didn't give a card
Yeah, he shouldn't
initially,
have given a
he
card.
wouldn't. No, he should just call the card off. He should have
They
just,
dive all game.
yeah, instead of doing mistaken identity, watch it, be like, oh, that's not a card foul. Just call the card away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a
Again,
card foul anyway. He
that's
dove,
what I'm
so it looked
saying.
like a card foul, which is
Yeah,
why the mistaken identity came into play.
yeah, but that's
But
what I'm saying. Is like they shouldn't have used the mistaken identity rule in this scenario,
well,
because
they had to because he gave the card. They had no choice.
is that how it works? Like if you give
Yes,
a
because
card,
he
the
gave the
mistaken,
card and they reviewed it for the dive. He has to give the card to the diving player.
but he can't wipe the card
No, he has to give it to. If you give a card, it's
because
basically
it.
being like you tried to get that guy sent off. That's a foul card, and he already
We
had a
didn't try to
card.
get, because no, but the guy who got the card initially didn't already have a
Yes, I
yellow.
know, but the point of diving is like I'm trying to make you accumulate cards so you could get sent off or change your game. Basically, being like you cheated. card, not a red card, a yellow card, and unfortunately for him, he already had a yellow card. Like, so that one is like, I mean, you can't make the guy on the yellow card dive, but I that one I will slide away because I'm like, you can't. That would line up too perfectly. Like the Egypt one, I'm all over. The no fouls, like all over the Egypt one. The no red card in the first game, legit.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the mistaken identity one.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean,
not a
I'm
fan
not a
of
fan
it.
of that call. I'm just saying that's how the rule's written. Like,
Well, it's written wrong. Okay. And you heard it here first.
yeah. Well, some of
Uh,
these rules might be set up to be allow over reffing. It's easier to cheat when there's enough rules in place to, it's sort of like a
yeah.
lawyer being like, "Ah, based
Well,
on my interpretation
yeah.
of this law."
That was my
Like, it's sort of
insinuation
that.
though of the rule was like if they're gonna review the yellow and realize it's not a yellow, like they should also assess whether or not what the player did for the other guy to get the yellow is worthy of a yellow because I just
Yeah.
don't think that foul, especially in where it was at in the field and the scenario around it, was not yellow worthy.
Yeah. It was only because
Yeah,
the guy made it look worse by diving.
I know, but I look. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought he grazed him.
He grazed him on the dive.
Well, I thought he grazed him when
I'm pretty sure.
when he
Doesn't it
planted
look like
his
he
foot.
dives and then he like throws himself into his foot essentially?
No, I thought it was like the Argentinian player's foot comes in, grazes his foot, and so he just throws himself.
No, the way I saw it was he threw himself and then threw himself to clip the leg, which sent him sort of more flying.
No, because I think the way that it looked, especially in real time, was that it looked like the Argentinian player came in and like stamped him,
Oh,
right?
you have to rewatch
Which
that.
is what I looked at. I could be wrong. It's not like they gave us the best angles of that one. But anyhow, I'm really just sticking with my conspiracy theory thing.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of, like I said, the optics are bad. The
Yeah.
optics are bad.
Whatever.
But
Anyhow,
yeah, I think
hopefully
I'm
at
going with
least the
Spain.
finals are
I'm going
good.
with I think Spain's gonna win.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I agree.
go 2-1 Spain.
I could see 2-1. I could see 2-1.
I wanted
Haven't
to say
Spain also
3-1.
given up the fewest goals in this tournament?
Yes. I wanted to say
So
3-1. But I'm gonna go
see,
2.
I don't think 3-1 because I don't. There have been a couple games where Spain have scored I think 3 or more goals, but I think when they've played like the higher FIFA ranked teams, they haven't been blowing them out of the water.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like
I could see this. I honestly could
they're
see this being
Argentina's
a
obviously
1-0
vulnerable. Every
game.
team is scoring on them.
Yeah, I
So,
could see this a 1-0 game.
ooh, I don't know. I don't want a 1-0. But by the way, I don't know if this is the first time or it's the first time in a while. It's the current Copa America holder versus the current European Cup holder in a World Cup final. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the first time or just trying to think. Off the top of my head, I'm just thinking of like recent matchups. The only one I could think that could possibly have in like my head, the recent matchups would be Italy versus no, that was Denmark. Denmark won that. No. Yeah, I think this might be the first time.
Crazy.
So, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
Spain 2-1,
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm out of topics for tonight.
Yeah, I'm out. Got nothing,
Well,
guys.
no. Well, thanks for enjoying us ramble, guys. This has been
Yeah.
Garage Sale FC. Come back again.
Try to catchphrase.
I don't know. I'm working on it. Later, guys. Peace.
Later.